So tonight we read the Surah Aal-e-Imran in Taraweeh, in Qiyamul Layl. And there was a chapter which we read tonight was Surah Aal-e-Imran. What is the chapter name? Surah Aal-e-Imran. Aal-e-Imran meaning is the generation of Imran. And who is Imran? The Imran is the name of the father of Mary, the Maryam, the mother of Isa. Isa al-Masih. Isa al-Masih we called in Arabic in the Quran, but in English they change the name to Jesus Christ. But it is not the correct name, that Jesus Christ. Isa al-Masih is the correct name. Isa, they make it to Jesus, and Masih, they make it to the Christ. But in Tagalog, Jesu Cristo. But the real name of Isa, Jesus Christ, was Isa al-Masih. And the Imran was the mother of Jesus Christ or Isa al-Masih. The mother of the Mary, the name was Hannah, and the name of the father was Imran. And even the chapter name, this is the chapter number 3 of the Quran, it's also under the name of Aal-e-Imran, the generation of Imran. Now what Allah said here, when said the wife of Imran, that my Lord, I make nazar. Nazar means is vow. Like example, you make a vow yourself that you are going to do this. You are making yourself obligatory that I'm going to do this. That's called nazar. Now what happened that the Imran, the wife of Imran, the Hannah, she was not getting the child. She was not having a child, even though she got very old and she had a sickness of barren. She cannot give birth, and even the husband was very old. And then she prayed to Allah that if Allah will give her child, she will give the child to Masjid al-Aqsa, we called it. But they called it Temple of Suleiman. Means this worship place is, the house of worship or temple is made by Prophet Suleiman. So that temple of Suleiman, we called it Masjid al-Aqsa in the Quran. And she make the vow now that if whatever in her womb now, she will give it to the masjid to worship there and to serve people there. Serve the house of worship. He's not going to do any other work except that he is going to serve people in the masjid. And he's going to always dedicate himself to worship. And then, so we accepted from her. Allah said, Allah accepted it, that her child from her, that he's going to be exclusively dedicated for Allah, for God. Innaka anta samiul alim, surely, fataqabbal minni, so accept from me, she said, fataqabbal minni, so accept from me. That she is saying to Allah to accept from me. Innaka anta samiul alim, surely you are the hearing and you are the knowledgeable. فَلَمَّا وَدَعَتَ قَالَ رَبِّ إِنِّي وَدَعْتَهَا أُنْثَى. When she delivered the child, that was not a baby boy, it was a baby girl. So she said, my Lord, إِنِّي وَدَعْتُهَا أُنْثَى, I give birth to a female child. وَاللَّهُ عَالِمٌ مَا وَدَعَتْ. And Allah knows that what she delivered. And then Allah knows that what was delivered. وَلَيْسَ الذِّكَرَ كَالْأُنْثَى. And then her thought that the boy is not like a girl. That's what her thought. But it's in Allah, the man and woman are equal. The boy and girl are equal in front of Allah. وَإِنِّي سَمَّيْتُهَا مَرْيَمُ. And I give her the name Maryam. وَإِنِّي أُعِيذُهَا بِكَ وَذُرِّيَّتِهَا مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. And I seek refuge from Allah for her and her generation, her progeny, from Shaitan al-Rajim, from Shaitan the outcast. فَتَقَبَّلَهَا رَبُّهَا بِقَبُولٍ حَسَنٍ وَانبَتَهَا نَبَاتًا حَسَنًا وَكَفَّلَهَا زَكَرِيَّا. Then her Lord accepted from her in a good way and sent to her the vegetations, the fruits, the good fruits. وَكَفَّلَهَا زَكَرِيَّا. And then Zakaria, the prophet Zakaria, was become her caretaker. كُلَّمَا دَخَلَ عَلَيْهَا زَكَرِيَّا الْمَعْرَابِ وَجَدَ عِنْدَهَا رِزْقًا. So there was a mihrab in the place of worship where she was living. She cannot go to her mother. She cannot go to her family. She need to live there in that mihrab. When she was little bit big, like 5-6 years old, then she was living there. And there was a one room in the place of worship where she was confined and she cannot go out. She need to always pray. She need to serve people there. She need to give food to the people. And that was her sacrifice vow by her mother, that she is not going to do anything of the worldly affairs. She's going to be exclusively to live in the house of worship. We call like etikaf. And for us, is etikaf is temporary, not like before the people can confine themselves for all their life. They become like a monks. They go in the place in the jungle or in the mountain. They live in the cave for 10, 20, 30, 40, even rest of their life. And they cut themselves from the worldly life. But that's not allowed anymore. The monastery is not allowed anymore. You cannot cut yourself from the world. And the monks were doing like this before. They live in the cave, they live, and they don't do any work of the worldly life. They just eat some vegetables and they just worship continuously. But this is no longer allowed. We call it Rabbaniya. Rabbaniya means you cut yourself from the world and you don't do anything of the worldly affairs and you just dedicate yourself to worship Allah. That called the people called like monk. That was not allowed at all. That is not allowed anymore now. The Maryam was put in the house of worship. There was a mihrab, it's a small chamber where she lived there. And what Allah said, Kullama dakhala aliya Zakaria al-mahrabi wajada inda rizqan. So every time when Zakaria entered to her in the chamber, in the mihrab, he found her the fruits. And that fruits are not from the season. Like mango has a season now, but they have a mango, no season there, and there is a mango there. There is pomegranate, but no season in that place. And then he was very surprised. The Prophet Zakaria, he astonished, he surprised that how is possible that Mary is getting these fruits from Allah, which has no season right now. How she get these fruits now? So he asked to her, Qala ya Maryamu, anna laki haza. He said, Oh Maryam, what is this? How you get these fruits in your chamber? Nobody comes here, and how you get these fruits here? So that was from Allah, the miracle that the fruits were sent to her. Qalat huwa min indillah. She said, that's from Allah. That's from Allah. Allah sent me these fruits. Inna Allah yarzuqu man yasha'u bi ghayri hisab. Surely Allah is giving the risk to whoever He will without counting, without any limits. And suddenly, the Prophet Zakaria, who was very old man, and his wife was barren, he started to think about himself. When Allah can send Mary the fruits, even no season, and Allah can send these fruits to her, maybe he can ask Allah to give a child, because he has no child that time. He was very old one, and his wife was barren, who cannot give birth. So he immediately prayed to Allah. Hunalika da'a Zakaria rabbahu. And there Zakaria, right away, that moment, Zakaria he started to pray to Allah, to his Lord. Zakaria, Rabbi, to his Lord. Qala Rabbi abli min ladunka zurriyatan tayyibah. He said, my Lord, give me from yourself, by your grace, righteous son, the child. You are certainly the hearer of all prayers. In the Qasam dua. Surely you are hearer of the prayer. So immediately Allah accepted her dua. Because it was just enthusiasm that he saw the fruits come from Allah. So his faith become very high now. He immediately prayed to Allah and then his prayer was accepted right away. And Allah sent the angel. Angel called him. Fanadatul malaikatu wa qaimu yusalli fil mihrab. He was standing to pray in the mihrab and the angel called her. Anna Allah yubashshiruka bi Yahya musaddiqan bi kalimati min Allah sayyidan wa sura wa nabiyya. Allah gives you a good news of a birth of Yahya who will confirm the word of Allah. The word of Allah means Jesus Christ, because Jesus was born with the word of Allah. Jesus Christ is not God, not Son of God, but He's the creation of Allah, created with the word of Allah. Kun fayakun. Maging mangyari. Be and it is. And will be a great leader. This Yahya will be a great leader. Just who will not be doing any illegal affairs and profit among the righteous. Then he said, My Lord, how can I have a son when I reach to the old age and my wife is barren? قَالَ كَذَلِكِ اللَّهُ يَفْعَلُ مَا يَشَاءُ. Say, that's Allah. Do it, whatever He likes. قَالَ رَبِّ اجْعَل لِّي آيَةً. He said, my Lord, make for me some sign. See, Allah said, your sign is you will not talk to the people for 3 days, except with the signs. And remember your Lord too much and glorify in the morning, often, and glorify in the morning and evening. Al-Washiya wal-Ibkar. وإذ قالت الملائكة يا مريم إن الله اصطفاك وطهرك واصطفاك على نساء العالمين. And when angels said, O Miriam, O Mary, surely Allah has chosen you and purified you and chosen you among the women of the world. O Miriam, be devote to your Lord, make sajda, the prostration yourself in prayer and bow along with those who bow down. So she was commanded to go to masjid when the Jewish people were not allowing women to enter the mosque. And she was commanded to go enter and to pray there with those who are praying. ذَلِكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الْغَيْبِ نُوحِي إِلَيْكَ. These are the knowledge of the unseen which we are sending to you, to Prophet Muhammad. وَمَا كُنْتَ لَدَيْهِمْ إِذْ يُلْقُونَ الْأَقْلَامُ أَيُّهُمْ يَكْفُلُ مَرْيَمَ أَوْ كُنْتَ لَدَيْهِمْ إِذْ يَخْتَصِمُونَ. And you were not there with them when they were casting the raffle, the pen, to who will going to be caretaker of Maryam. And you were not there with them when they were disputing for taking care of Maryam. إِذْ قَالَتِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ يَا مَرْيَمُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُبَشِّرُكِ بِكَلِمَةٍ مِّنْهُ اسْمُهُ الْمَسِيحُ عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ وَجِيهًا فِي الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ. When angel said, O Mary, O Maryam, surely Allah is giving you a good news of a word from Him whose name will be Masih al-Isa ibn Maryam, the Jesus son of Mary, Jesus Christ son of Mary. Wajihan fi dunya wal akhirah, who will be honored in this world and in the hereafter. And He will be among the mukarrabin, those who are closest to Allah in ranks. وَيُكَلِّمُ النَّاسَ فِي الْمَهْدِ وَكَهْلًا. He will talk to the people when He will be a newborn and when He will be very old age. And He will be among the righteous. Now she said to the angels, قَالَ رَبِّ أَنَّ يَكُونُ لِي وَلَدٌ وَلَمْ يَمْسَسْنِي بَشَرٌ قَالَ كَذَلِكِ اللَّهُ يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ إِذَا قَضَىٰ أَمْرًا فَإِنَّمَا يَقُولُ لَهُ كُنْ فَيَكُونُ. She said, my Lord, how can I have a child, son, when no man has touched me? Means she is not married. And she is not a bad woman also. قَالَ كَذَلِكِ اللَّهُ يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ. Allah said, that is Allah how He created whatever He likes. إِذَا قَضَىٰ أَمْرًا فَإِنَّمَا يَقُولُ لَهُ كُنْ فَيَكُونُ. His command, His decision to command something, to say, kun fayakun. If Allah creates when He wills, so will it be Allah creates what He wills. When He decide a matter, He simply say to it, be, and it is. Kun fayakun. So that's the meaning of word of Allah. That the Mary was an adult woman with her cell in her womb, but that cell cannot be fertilized without the sperm. So in case of Jesus Christ, no sperm was involved. Only the egg cell of Mary was fertilized because of the word of Allah. Now there are three kind of people here now. There are three kind of people in this matter of Jesus Christ. He's the most controversial human being in the world. There are three groups, different faith. One is the Jews. When they saw that Mary have a child without the father, without marriage, without the wedlock, she immediately to accuse her. They immediately to accuse Mary of a bad woman, that she have some illegal relation, and she make this baby, which is illegitimate, and they even called a bad word to Jesus Christ as bastard. And they even called Mary a bad woman, like a woman like who was a whore, the prostitute. So this is the Jewish people. It's one religion which become the Judaism religion, the Hudyo, the Jews. They are so ugly faith, so ugly they have a faith that they are calling bad word to Jesus and Mary. So we hate that faith. We cannot say, I respect your faith. No, I don't respect your faith because you are insulting a prophet of God and you are saying a bad word to the mother of the prophet, the Mary. That's how bad the Jewish people Any Christian who loves Jews, it means he hates the Jesus and Mary. Because we love and respect Mary and Jesus because Jesus is a prophet, and then Mary is the most righteous woman in the world among the 4 righteous women. The prophet said there are 4 righteous women in the world. Mary, the mother of Jesus, the wife of Pharaoh, the Asiya, the wife of Prophet Muhammad, the Khadija, and the daughter of Prophet Muhammad, the Fatima. They are the 4 greatest women in the world. The Mary, the Maryam, Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh, the Pharaoh who saved Prophet Moses when he was put in the river and Pharaoh wanted to kill the Musa, and she take care of Musa, and then she grew up him to a big man to bring the message to the people. And the wife of Prophet Muhammad, the Khadija, who was the wonderful woman who gave the great support to Prophet Muhammad for all of his life until she was died. And his daughter Fatima, who grew up this great warrior, the great children, the Hassan Hussein. So we love Prophet Jesus and we love Mary and we respect them. So one group is Judaism. What they are doing it, they are making Jesus and Mary as bad words. They call Jesus the bad word of illegitimate child, bastard. And they call Mary a bad woman, a whore, a woman who can have an illegal relation with someone without marriage, without wedlock. So they call her a bad word. But we don't do this. We respect Mary and we respect Jesus Christ as a prophet. And we believe that Jesus was born as a miracle by the command of Allah, by the word of Allah, without father. Same way the Prophet Adam was created without father and mother. We believe that Jesus was created by Allah without father but through a mother. So the second group is a Christian. They started to believe that Jesus is Son of God. That's another bad word. That's another insulting to God in himself. How is possible? They say that Jesus is Son of Mary. At the same time, they say that Jesus is Son of God. So what they're doing now, they are making the God have a relation with Mary to have this child. That's another filthy, dirty belief. We don't respect that belief. We respect Jesus and Mary, but we don't respect that God have a son. Because insult to God. Who can have a son? The human being. Because we are human being. Who can have a son? The animals. The pig, the dog, the cat, the horse. Their animals can have a sons and daughters. God is free from that because he's not the creation. He's the creator. So saying that God have a son, Allah called it, it is like insulting to God. It is like saying a bad words to God. So that is the reason we are Muslim. We are very clean in belief. Our belief that Jesus is son of Mary, not son of God, and that God created him without father, and that's a miracle. That's a miracle. And that's we believe, very clean belief. Jesus is not son of God, but he's son of Mary. God created him. God have no sons and daughters. God is the only one creator. He created everything with his will and with his power, and he can destroy all of us in one moment. He's a powerful God who is not need of anyone. That's why we have this great surah in Quran. Qul Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. That say he is Allah, only one, Allah, the eternal, the absolute, who is not in need of anything. Lam yalid wa lam yulad, he begets not, nor was he begotten. And there is no one is comparable unto him. There is no one is equal unto him. Then Allah said, وَيُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ وَالتَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ. And we teach him, to Jesus, the book and the hikmah, the wisdom, وَالتَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ. And we teach him the Torah and Injil, the Evangelion, the Evangel. The Injil we called it in Quran. وَرَسُولَ إِلَّا بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ. And he was the messenger to Bani Israel, to children of Israel. أَنِّي كَجِئْتُكُم بِآيَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. And he said, I bring for you the evidences, the signs, miracles from your Lord. That I created the birds with the soil, and I blow them, and by the will of Allah, they become the birds. It's a miracle. It's not done by Jesus, but it is done by Allah. That he make the formation of the birds with the soil, and he blow it, and by the will of Allah, the birds started to fly. And I cure the blind and the lepers, and to life to the dead, bismillah, by the will of Allah. So through him, Allah gave the cure to the lepers and blind, and the dead become alive, bismillah, by the will of Allah. He says, it's not done by me. It is done by Allah through me to prove I'm the prophet of Allah. Same thing that Prophet Moses did. When he throw his stick, his big stick become the snake. So all the miracles is done by the command of Allah through the prophets. So people must believe that they are the prophets and they are not lying. And I can tell you what you are eating and what you are hiding in your houses. And this is a sign for those who are believing. For you, in kuntum mu'minin. In this you have a sign for you if you are believers. Inna Allah Rabbi wa Rabbukum fa'buduh. Surely Allah is my Lord and your Lord, so worship Him. To become a slave. Haza siratul mustaqim. That is the straight way. And that is the same word in the Quran also. And the same word in the Bible. When the Prophet Jesus was asked, what is the greatest commandment? He said in the Aramaic, this is in Arabic, Inna Allah Rabbi wa Rabbukum fa'buduh. Surely Allah is my Lord and your Lord. Haza siratul mustaqim. So when they asked him to Jesus Christ, what is the greatest commandment? He said, Shama Israelo, Adonai Ilahino, Adonai Ahad. Hear, O Israel, Lord our God is only one Lord. Same word in the Quran, same word in the Bible. In Aramaic language, Shama Israelo, Adonai Ilahino, Adonai Ahad, which is similar to Arabic. Hear, O Israel, Lord our God is only one Lord. فَلَمَّا حَسَّ عِيسَى مِنْهُمُ الْكُفْرَ قَالَ مَنْ أَنْصَارِي إِلَى اللَّهِ. When Jesus was fear from them, from their disbelief, he said, who is my helper for Allah? The disciples said, we are the helpers of Allah. We believe in Allah and we testify that we are among those who are submitting to the commands of Allah. رَبَّنَا آمَنَّا بِمَا أَنزَلْتَ وَاتَّبَعْنَا الرَّسُولَ فَاكْتُبْنَا مَعَ الشَّاهِدِينَ. Our Lord, we believe in you and what we believe in what you send down, and we are following the prophet, the messengers. Write down us among those who are witnessing. وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. They plot and Allah make the plot, and Allah is the best of the one who make the plots. So they try to crucify him. They make a plot against Jesus, and Allah make the plot, and Allah save him from to be crucified. And Allah said to him, Allah said, O Isa, surely I am going to take you to myself and to bring you, raise you in the image and to clean you from among those who are disbelievers. So now we certainly believe that he was not crucified, but he was saved. He might be died for us for now, then Allah will give him new life and resurrected and to send back. And as we learned from the hadith that he will came back and he will implement the law of the Quran and to establish the kingdom of God on the earth. And that time might be very near. And before that, the Mahdi will come, and the Mahdi and Jesus, Isa al-Masih, they will fight against Dajjal and Yajuj Majuj. So all the events are folding now. We can see that what happening in the world today, there might be a time that within our lives we can see all those events. May Allah protect us. Ameen. And then just one verse more, 2 verses. Inna masala Isa in the like masali Adam. Surely the example of Isa with Allah is like the example of Adam. خَلَقَهُ مِن تُرَابٍ ثُمَّ قَالَ لَهُ كُنْ فَيَكُونَ. Allah created him from the soil and water. Then water is not mentioned, but of course it's part of the soil, the water, the خَلَقَهُ مِن تُرَابٍ ثُمَّ قَالَ لَهُ كُنْ فَيَكُونَ. Allah created him from the soil, then say to it, kun fayakun. The same, the word of Allah. Allah created Adam with the soil only, without father and without mother. Halakum min rabbika wa la takum min al-mumtarin. The truth from your Lord, so not among those who are making doubts. And then, فَمَنْ هَاجَّكَ فِيهِ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَكَ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ قال فقل تعالوا ندعو أبناءنا وأبناءكم ونساءنا ونساءكم وأنفسنا وأنفسكم ثم نبتهل فنجعل لعنة الله على الكاذبين. Now when whoever disputes with you, O Prophet, concerning Jesus after full knowledge has come to you, say, let's come, us gather ourselves and our children and your children, our women and your women, ourselves and yourselves. Then let us sincerely invoke curse of Allah upon the liars. So that is the last part for now. That when they the group of the priests came to Prophet Muhammad and they made argument about Jesus was son of God and he was God, etc. And the Prophet said, no, he was a prophet of God. He is not God. He's not son of God. He is the creation of God. And they keep on argument until Allah sent this verse number 61, Surah Al-Imran, that they are still making argument with you. Then challenge them. What was the challenge? The Prophet said, tomorrow morning come you yourself, all the priests, and bring your children and bring your women. And he also will bring his family. And then they will go in the open air and they will pray to Allah to send the punishment upon the liars. So what happened the next morning? The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu he went with his daughter, his son-in-law Ali, his daughter Fatima, his son-in-law Ali, and his grandchildren Hassan and Hussein. So there are 5 people. They went to the appointed place and they were waiting for the priest, that the priest will come with their women and with their children. And then the curse of Allah upon the liar, the punishment will come from the heaven to the liars. So all the priests, they ran away. They never showed up because they know they are liars. They know that Jesus is not son of God. Jesus is not God, but he is a prophet of God, creation of God. God just created him. So what the Jews are saying is wrong, that they are cursing, accusing Mary for the legitimate child, and they are cursing Jesus Christ. And what the Christians are doing are wrong, that they are making Jesus son of God, and they are making the God and Mary to be related to each other, to have this child. So it is blasphemy, and that's also blasphemy. What we believe, that Jesus is creation of God, that God created him without father through Mary by his command, kun fayakun. So that's a clean and right belief. This belief is wrong, this is wrong. What we believe is right, and we invite people to come to that belief, that there is only one God, and that Jesus and Muhammad and Moses and Abraham, they are all the prophets of God. They are not God, they are just creation of God. Then we should worship only one God and to be a slave of only one God. May Allah guide us. Ameen. Alhamdulillah bil alamin. There is a very good question here. Ano ba maganda nagturo sa anak, sa mga anak na ABCD or Arabic or the Quranic word Arabic, which is Quran. So it's very important before we can teach our children ABCD, we should teach them Alif Bata. So they can learn the Quran before they can learn something else. So it's a very good question made by this person here in the online here. It's very good for us as a good lesson that we should teach our children. The first thing we teach is the word of Allah. La ilaha illallah, Bismillah, Surah Al-Fatiha. This is very, very important for us to teach them before we can teach something else. So it's a good reminder. May Allah guide us. Ameen. Alhamdulillah bil alamin.